Hey traders, Nick here, doing the strategy, the market update for the week. I call this the game plan. This will drive everything I do this week. Last week we had a fantastic week, and I think I need to start there. I have to address the fact that I speak to hundreds of you every day. This is a unique perspective that I have. Not too many people in this world have that perspective. I literally speak to at least 310 people every day, live, in the live room. So let's go from my perception of what's going on here. As a trader group, I think there are two pieces inside of every person right now, two people inside of every person. One person that says, whoa, I feel so much better. Let me buy this, let me buy that, let me go along this and that. And then there's another person that says, whoa, I can't believe we're rallying. The economy is in the toilet. But it's not. The war, this and the fear, the rate hikes, the this and the that. Yes. And I'm going to tell to both of these people to shut up inside of me, because the person that should be talking inside of me right now is the person that's looking at charts and arrows and using simple logic, not feelings. Okay? So try to suppress the feeling that you feel better this week, because nothing new happened. This drop came on nothing new. This rally came on nothing new. But now I feel much better than I did 7 days ago. Okay? That is not reason to go along everything. Conversely, I can't believe this rally, right? That's some people are feeling the same way because they believe we need to be in a recession. The recession on Wall Street is different than Main Street. We don't have either right now. Main Street is fully employed, and the data from the government says there's no recession. So don't fight the rally because you don't believe in it. Okay, so let's use our brains and the agnostic person inside that has no feelings inside of us, and let's see what we do with logic. Okay, first things first, why would we do that? Well, because let me remind you of the lines that were there. For about a couple of months, I said this possibility here, 410 plus or minus $2. You've heard me say these words weeks. And I said it's a scenario. I said it's not necessarily the scenario, but it is a scenario. Until about 10 days ago, I said it is the scenario because we failed after this bounce to recover the neckline inside this rectangle, and just we fell apart, right? So I said this is the objective, make no mistake about it, and boom, we went straight to it, overshot a little bit, but that's the target. That's 410 plus or minus $2. I think we cracked 409. So we hit the target, and then we immediately bounced right off of it, right into the box, the neckline that we need to recover. So what does that mean? It means that I can't start longs here blindly because I feel better. If you look left, these sticks that you see, I'm just zooming in. These sticks, those are sellers. That is the high of the day that they couldn't hold. They closed here. They couldn't hold. They closed here. They couldn't hold. They closed here and here and here. So this is the highest close, 436.2-ish, 436.3. Wow, I can't believe it. So look at the highest close is exactly the high of the day, 436.28. That's the highest close here, 436.32, 4 pennies away. Okay, so that is not a place I start longs. We're going into a prior fail. Now, if they take it out, whether directly or not, they're gone. They're going to take another, I don't know, $10, $12. So don't fight it, but know that I don't start longs. So how do I start longs? When it dips, let them dip. Take away some of these weaknesses here. So if we have a bad week this week and we drop 2%, that'll be great. I don't want it to happen, but if it does happen, it's not a big deal. Why? Because it'll dip and do this, and it already has one here and one in the middle. That, folks, is an inverse head and shoulders. Then, if they dip and come back, and then they decide to take this out, the inverse head and shoulders target is above this, probably will be above that. These some are high, okay? So patience. And the small dip will be fine. Don't say, why are we falling? Because we're supposed to fall. Doesn't make sense for us to go straight up. That's a 6% rally. It's crazy. Okay? So again, here are the lines. We're back inside this box, the orange box. I don't do anything, start anything. What do? I do what I did last week. I book profits, I fix problems. If I had a credit put spread that got fixed, like snow, I'm out. Okay? Square, I'm out. UPS, I wish. I'm still buried. Okay. So that's the trading here. And let me show it to you from the SPX perspective. I put pink circles to make it really obvious. Support. First of all, support. Boing. Support. Lost. Couldn't hold. Here they are again. Okay? So it doesn't make sense to jump in. All right, what about the NASDAQ? The NASDAQ is similar situation. And I want to tell you, don't short it with conviction. Because if the NASDAQ closes above 374, the Qs, I think they have an opportunity to get to 400 or 405. That doesn't mean you buy calls. It means wait for a dip, get long and see if they hold, come back and see if they take out that 374 or 375. All right. Apple might have some weakness the first couple of days of the week. Keep an eye on it. And then I think the biggest thing is NVIDIA coming in a couple of weeks. They report earnings. This breakout here in May is the NVIDIA breakout. That's when they delivered a huge promise to Wall Street and the stock rallied 30%, 35%, something crazy. They report earnings in a couple of weeks. I don't know what they're going to say, how people are going to react to it, but it might be the difference. So that's the upside. What about the downside? If we lose the floor that we just bounced off of, in this case, this line right here, we will end up down in this area. So if we lose the floor, so we have another 6% dip, we might even overshoot with another additional 10% from there. So we would have dropped 15 to 20% in the NASDAQ. So you should know that there's upside and downside scenarios. Until one unfolds or the other, I don't anticipate much except not make mistakes, which is I wouldn't buy calls going into this. Okay? All right, so let's look at it from the perspective of, did our lines tell us the truth here? Heck yeah. This was the line drawn from here. I said we could rally, come back, lose the floor, and come back to here, right? This one right there, if in case you can't see it. I said we could rally from here, come back, lose it, and end up here. That's what we did. We ended up almost here. And then immediately jump back to resistance lines. This does not make good entry point until they can break out from it. So patience. All right. Again, the recap. Don't short because you hate it. And don't go long because now you feel better. Don't short because you hate it. And don't go long because you feel better. There's hardly any bargains out there. There are very few stocks that are bargain basement prices. And if they are down there, they probably deserve to be down there. So if you have any trade ideas or requests, let me know. So this trading week is about waiting for pullbacks that I can get engaged with. I would sell credit put spreads on dips and see if we can swing back up. The easy rally definitely played out last week in a big way. 6% rally in the small cap. I mean in the S&P. Okay. Oh, speaking of small caps, IWM. That's the one we said I'm going to go long. I got stopped out on Friday. I sold covered calls. They got me out. The target is about 178 on the IWM. And after a small dip, it could extend to 186. But if they lose the bounce, like I said, they will go so much lower. I don't know, 5 to 20%, 5 to 18%, 8 to 15%. So the drop could be immediately bought, or it could just extend way, way lower. The opposite of the NASDAQ upside. So let's see what these guys do. Basket of 2,000 stocks. Should be strong support, but if it fails, look out below. Those comments are still true. This has been in contention since 2022. It's not going to be easy cutting through it or even coming near it. All right. Well, stay safe, folks.